So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So if you find any problem, you just tell me. Okay. So this is a simple cantilever problem we are going to solve. Our am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm audible, right? Okay, thank you. Just a moment. Shear force and bending moment diagram. Okay, so you know how to draw shear force and bending moment. I'm just it's a recap. It's a cantilever beam. A is fixed, and a point load of 20 kilonewton is applied at B, and uniformly distributed load 12 kilonewton per meter is applied from A to meter. Okay, this is what the problem. I hope you are all knowing how to draw shear force diagram. Okay, so I'm just showing you that this one and this one and this one. Okay, I am trying to show you the shear force diagram. So you will be drawing a middle line like this. Okay, so here 20 kilonewton force is applied, therefore you will be marking a point here. Okay, you can use any conversion, right upward negative or right upward positive. The general conversion used in strength of materials is this one. Okay, so this region 20 kilonewton force is applied, shear force. This is shear force diagram. Okay, shear force diagram, right? This value is 20. I am not mentioning unit and all. This is 20 kilonewton is applied from B to this particular point. You can say this is C. Okay, up to C, 20 kilonewton is applied. And next portion, if you start from here to this particular end A, what is the magnitude that you have to calculate? So in that case, 12 kilonewton per meter, this is 2 meter into length. Therefore, here totally 24 kilonewton is going to acting, right? Here 24. So if I am referring this particular point from here to here, if I am joining, you have to take a proper scale and all. This one. Okay, so this is supposed to be, this length is supposed to be 24. Here already some 20 is there, therefore totally 44 kilonewton is the magnitude of shear force. Able to follow? So I'm just refreshing the thing. Okay, this is 44. So if you can see, this is supposed to be the shear force diagram for this, right? Shear force diagram for this particular loading for a cantilever beam. Okay, so the idea is we are going to generate shear force diagram and bending moment diagram for this loading condition. Okay, the second case, if you can see, what is the second one is the bending moment diagram. You can draw the three salient points. I am mentioning it here, this one. Here, the value of bending moment, if I am considering the length CB alone, okay, in that case, I am with respect to this C, I am taking moment. So, moment with respect to C, I am interested in calculating. In this case, 20 into 4 will be the moment. 20 into 4. So, this force and this distance, if you multiply, you will get 80 kilonewton meter. This value is going to be 80 kilonewton meter, the magnitude of the moment at C. So here it will be 0, here it will be 0, whereas here this is the this value is 80 kilonewton meter. Okay, it is linear in nature. It is a linear straight line. It's a straight line. Okay, now if you take moment with respect to A, moment with respect to A, what do you have to do? Consider the entire length, in this case 20 into 6. Okay, 20 into 6 plus this also will create a moment. The magnitude of force is 24 here, 24 into 2, 24 into 1, 24 into 1. Therefore, this will be the value, means 144 kilonewton meter. Okay, it's in the same direction. Therefore, 144, I am marking it here somewhere. It is not as per the scale. This moment at point A will be 144 kilonewton meter. Okay, since it is uniformly distributed load, this will be a something like a parabola. It is a curve in nature. So this is a second order curve you can get. You can say this portion is parabola, and this is going to be a straight line. Okay, so this one is known as a shear force diagram. Okay, so the analytical way of calculating all these things, you are knowing it. The bending equation you have to use EI d square by dy square is equal to moment. You have to make a generalized expression, and you can solve by using boundary conditions so that you could be able to draw shear force and bending moment diagram. Okay, the deflection can also be calculated. The standard formula available for this loading condition. By using that, we can calculate deflection as well as slope also we can calculate. Okay, these things you are all knowing it. WL square by 2EI, something like that, some expression, standard expression. This expression will vary with respect to loading condition and the type of beams. Okay, so this particular problem, we are going to solve by using ANSYS software. Okay, here what are all the data given? So length of the beam is given, but actually it is three dimensional in nature. It is not a 2D problem, three-dimensional problem. But of course, this 3D problem can be considered as a single dimension problem, and we can solve depending on the element what we are going to choose. Based on that, you can solve the problem. Okay, in this case, the cross section is given 34 mm and 92 mm. Okay, cross section of the beam is given, and this is Young's modulus value. Young's modulus value E, and Poisson ratio is also given. Poisson ratio is 0.3. The software can understand by referring the value of Poisson ratio and Young's modulus value. These are all the input values by which we are defining the material. If you can say, it is actually MS, mild steel material. In this case, it is mild steel material, and you have to state whether the material is isotropic material or anisotropic material. That also we have to give. And isotropy in the sense all other direction in X, Y, and Z, the E value remains same. Okay, in our problems, we are considering almost all materials are isotropic in nature. Means Ex, Ey, Ez are same, and the Poisson ratio, it is lateral strain by longitudinal strain. This is a value. This value varies for different material. Okay, these two values defining the material. The software will referring to this value and understand what kind of material it is. Okay, this problem we are going to solve. Our objective is for this particular loading condition, what is the shear force creation of we are going to generate shear force and bending moment diagram, and what is it deflection also, deflection at various locations we are going to calculate. Okay, let us see this. Let us solve this problem by using ANSYS software. Okay, I'm stop sharing this now. Okay, now let us go to the problem, real problem. Share for a minute. You just share it. Share. Yeah. So now I am opening ANSYS package, what I have installed in my computer. So the working directory is shown. This is working directory is shown, and job name you can give. I have given the job name as a beam. Okay, run this. So you could able to see the screen now.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Oh,
No, sir.
Okay, just a moment. Then once again I will do it. Stop sharing. Okay. This one. This one. And now you could able to see this, the ANSYS screen.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to explain what are all the things, you just make a note of it, or what you can say, the video is also available, video link I will share, so that you can solve it at any point of time. Okay, so this is what ANSYS package. If once you click it, you do it one more time, so that they will be, I'm closing it. Okay, one more time I'm opening ANSYS. Open one, open.
indicate பண்ணு.
Huh?
Screen share ஆகிடும் indicate.
Share ஆகுது அவ்வளவுதான். So open. ஷேர் ஆகல, அதில் போய் ஓப்பன் ஆன விட்டு சொல்லுங்க. இப்போ நீங்கள் ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க, அதை காட்டுங்க. So now the ANSYS screen, could you able to see? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, once if you install the software, if you double click it, this window will appear. Okay. Here you can show the working directory is shown here. You see this ANSYS Mechanical APDL product launcher. This one you have to click. This is what the icon. You have to double click it, so that this page will open. Okay, working directory is given here, and job name also. I have given job name as Beam. You can give any name. Cantilever also you can give, or any other name you can give. Okay, now you have to run the program. Okay, while if you click run, this window will open. Okay, ANSYS workbench will be open. Okay, next you have to click preferences. Okay, here there are major modules in the ANSYS package. In this lab we will be discussing structural modeling. Okay, this is structural. Thermal is also we will be doing a couple of problems, and fluid we are not going to discuss in this lab. Okay, so structural and thermal we are going to discuss. So since we are dealing with structural, I am clicking structural here. Click OK. Next, preprocessor consists of element type, real constant, material property, sections, modeling, meshing. Okay, these 4 we are going to use in our
Sir,
yeah.
Sir,
nothing
is visible.
Nothing is
visible, sir.
Just a moment. I will show. Stop sharing, and one more time you just start sharing. This one, yeah. Now could you able to see?
Yes.
Now it's visible, sir.
Okay. Preferences, I told you, no, preferences, structural modeling, we are clicking it. Since we are going to solve structural problem, click OK. So if it goes, yeah, you just give me a signal so that I can understand. Okay, now could you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
screen is there. Okay, preferences done. Now preprocessor. Okay, if you click preprocessor, there are set of selections you have to do: element type, real constants, material property, and sections, modeling. Okay, these things we are going to use. Okay, first one, we have to define the element. Okay, what side of element it is. The problem what I have introduced is actually a 3-dimensional problem. In order to solve it with minimum memory consumption and all, I am going to consider this a 1-dimension problem. Okay, here I am going to add an element. Okay, none defined, therefore I need to add. Click add button. Here you have to click beam. Okay, beam means it's an element already defined. Okay, next here you have to so 3D finite chain will
It is not showing, sir.
it is not showing.
Sir,
Element
can
library,
share the full screen, sir. You can share your whole screen.
full screen is shared here. Actually, you just go to that.
No,
Share
sir.
desktop.
Sir, you have shared only the answer screens.
Window share பண்ணி விட்டீங்கன்னா கரெக்டா இருக்கும் sir.
Oh, just a moment, I am trying. இது போ screen போ. Now you see the
இது ஓகே சார் இது.
Yeah.
okay okay you close it. Let us go one more time. Okay, so add, edit, I mean element we are going to add. Click it. Okay, it is none defined. You have to choose add. We are adding the element. What type of element we are going to use? We are choosing it. N number of elements are there. For this particular problem, beam problem, you can choose element beam. Okay, click it. Here this will be the default appearing 3D finite strain. Okay, here then you click OK and close the window. Now we have chosen the element. Okay, next material property. You have to give. You see here some n number of selections. Okay, now material models, you have to choose material models. Okay, here structural you have to choose. Here what we are going to do is linear analysis and elastic. Choose elastic. Here material, nature of the material, since unless otherwise specified, we will be considering all materials are isotropic, means choose isotropic. Isotropic means Young's modulus values are same. Okay, so in this problem Ex value is 210 gigapascal. 210 gigapascal. So therefore type giga means 10 power 9. 10 power 9 e to the power 9 means its value is Newton per meter square. You make a note of it here. Newton per meter square, the SI units I am using 210 gigapascal. Therefore 210 in place of 10 e to the rise 9 you have to type. And here next one is the PRXY is referring to Poisson ratio. This value is given as 0.3. Understand? So it has got no unit. Okay, it is a ratio of strain, no unit. Ex value I am using Newton per mm square. You must be very careful. Otherwise, in some other case 210 kilonewton per mm square. In that case, you have to appropriately either use Newton per mm square or use Newton per meter square. If Newton per meter square is used, the other values, while you are generating the model, you have to use the appropriate value. Everything should be in meter. Okay, these two value you have to give input. Now okay, so this is defined. Next sections. Since it's a 3-dimensional problem, we are converting as a single line and we are going to solve it, so that the cross section dimension I have to give. Click it. Beam, common sections, it will be appearing a beam 2. Okay, here you have to give it is a type, cross section type. Various types are there, elliptical, rectangle, etc. You have to choose a rectangle, first one. Okay, and B and H you have to give. It is, what is the value? 34 mm and 92 mm. Okay, breadth of the beam and depth, cross section. We are is it okay to type 34 and 92? No, you have to write in meter. 0.03. Okay, why I am putting this value? The breadth and depth in meter unit I am putting. Okay, right. Next you have to click apply, preview. So the cross section value is given here. Okay, so the cross section, this is the cross section. The software will understand that the cross section of the beam is this. Okay, we are giving the value. Next. Okay, we have given the cross section of the beam. Next we are going to model it. It's a very simple model. You need to create. Here modeling is little difficult. You cannot create model as you done in Cryo or CATIA, etc. Here modeling is little difficult and you must be very careful while creating the model. Okay, here create key points. first step is create key point on active CS. Active CS means active coordinate system. Okay, the length of the beam as given in the problem is how much it is? 4 and 2. Okay, totally 6 meters. Okay, so the first point means the point A should be 0, 0, 0. Point A is 0, 0, 0. Apply. The second point is what is the point C. While I am making shear force and bending moment diagram, I have shown you that is point C. Its coordinate x value alone varying. It is, I think it is 2 unit or 4 unit. 4. This 4. This 2. 2 units. 2 then. Total length is 6. Whereas we are defining what? We are defining what? Yeah, 2. Point C we are defining. Therefore, it's supposed to be 2. Point 2 is second point we are defining. Here it is 2. Okay, apply. Third point is 2 plus 4, 6. 6. Apply. And okay. So the screen is visible. Answer screen is visible. I want to. Can I get a S?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So what I have done is the point 1, this one, the cursor shows point 1, 0, 0. 2 is point C, 2, 0. The another one is 6, 0. The total length is 6. Okay. Now the length or dimensions, everything is inputted in terms of meters. Okay. Every value is in meter. So first you have to generate the key point. The problem is simplified and I have created points. Next, line, I am creating line. Okay, line. Straight line, I have to connect. From this point, 1 to 2, I can create a line. From 2 to 3, it is simple click. Single click, you can connect these points. Okay, now you have to click OK. Now the modeling part is over. Modeling part is over. A simple straight line, which will be referring your cantilever beam. Okay, next, meshing. Meshing in the sense, the element we have defined very earlier, beam element we have defined it, and how many elements we need to represent the particular segment, that we have to define it here. Mesh tool, click on mesh tool. Here you have to choose line, select line. Here this line and this line, the number of divisions. Okay, so here n div means number of elements divisions, that you have to give. How many elements we can give? For instance, 50 elements. So if you increase the number of elements, the accuracy of the solution will be very close to the real solution value. Okay, the ANSYS software will give you approximate value, approximate solution. Okay, now what I have done is 1 to 2, this length is divided into 50 equal elements, 50 beam elements. Okay, similarly here 2 to 3, 50 divisions I have done. Okay, why? You can have 100 also, 200 also. The problem is the solution, finding out solution will take more time and memory consumption will be more. So as per your requirement, you have to choose. Okay, after doing this, you just go, you have to mesh. You have to click mesh tool and you have to choose these two elements and you have to do okay. Means the elements, first part and second part, 50 elements, they are all meshed together. Okay, the meshing part is over now. Next you have to go to solution. Okay, click on solution. Here analysis type, you have to click new analysis. Here is also n number of options. What we are solving is a static problem, so that click on static. It is a default. Click OK. Okay, next, define load. The loading condition you have to give to this software. Apply. Okay, it's a structural. Click on structural. Here A, B, C, 3 salient points. Okay, A is all movement is restricted, means displacement I am arresting. displacement on key point. Key point is point A. Click this and you have to arrest everything 0. Means all degrees of freedom, choose all degrees of freedom, value is 0. Means it is assumed the software will consider point A is arrested. It is fixed. We are arresting each and every movement. X, Y, Z direction movement and moment is also restricted so that the point A is fixed. Okay, displacement is being arrested. Next we are applying the force on key points. Here key point. Okay, the point B is selected and you have to give the value. Fx means force in x direction. Okay, here Fy we are giving. Fy is force in y direction. It is minus, just a moment, the value is 20 kilonewton. 20 kilonewton. 2023. Okay, 20 kilonewton. The force is given in unit. I mean Newton, not kilonewton. Newton is given here. Okay. Okay. Why negative sign is given? Because the load is acting downwards direction. Downwards direction. Okay. Next, uniformly distributed load is considered as pressure. Click on pressure on beams. Click on beams. Now click on this. You have to choose. Click it. You just keep on clicking it. Here you can see the count. 48 count. But actually the element is 50 divisions we have made. Okay, therefore you check the count 50 here so that A to C is selected. Now you click OK. Okay, right. Now the pressure value, load on. So load key. So this is 2. Load key 2 is acting y direction. Okay, 2 is referring to y direction. So all these value you can choose it by referring the help menu. So load key 2 is y direction. Value 1 is what is it? The pressure value is 12 kilonewton per meter. Okay, so 12 after 3 zeros. Therefore Newton per meter value is given here. Okay, next, this value is given. Okay, look at carefully. The red color indicates uniformly distributed load of magnitude 12. Okay, 12,000 Newton per meter. Okay, now loading condition is done. Next, you have to solve the problem. Okay, you have to click on solve. Current LS. What is current LS? Is current loading setup. You have to run it. You just click, it will done. Solution will be automatically done. Close. Okay, now general post processor. Once solving the problem, you can see the results by seeing the post processing part. Here, plot results. Click on plot results where deformed shape you can see. Deformed plus undeformed shape. Show it. Okay. So this deflection, it will show the values. You can find out. No, the maximum deflection value is given here. Huh? Just a moment. Color plot we can do. Okay, this is what the value is. The deflection of the beam, and the original and deflected view, it is given here. Next, the counter plot, nodal solution, degrees of freedom, displacement vector sum. Click OK, you will get it. So here, with respect to the length, we can see the deflection value. See here, red value, red 21.46. What is the value? Okay. Displacement is given here. It is a displacement. And no, meter we made some mistake in that. Deflection another. Okay, let us come to this part later. Let us go to shear force and bending moment. Go to shear force and bending moment diagram. So you see, let us finish first shear force and bending moment. I think here we have made some mistake because the displacement cannot be 24. 24 in the sense it is referring to 24 meters. It cannot be. Okay, it cannot be. So you go to shear force diagram, and all. So element table you can check. So you have to give certain value in order to get shear force and bending moment diagram. Element table, define element table here. Add sequence number by sequence number. What is the value? Okay. So you can find out the sequence number you have to give. The particular sequence number will give you bending moment. Okay. So ANSYS help. It is, you can click beam element 188. It will show the table. What are the value we have to give in order to get shear force and bending moment diagram. Okay. For beam 188, the all definitions given. Where it is? Is it coming? B 188. What is it? B 188. B 188. It is coming here. Okay. So you can refer this help menu at any point of time. Sequence number. Stop it. Sequence number. So sequence numbers is given. No? Table 188.2 beam. You refer this table. I and J value. MZ. MZ is moment. Okay. MZ is the moment. Here value is 3 and 16. You have to give 3 and 16. I and J value. It is a element property where the value, the moment will be stored in I and J. If you give this value, it will plot. For shear force in y direction, sequence number is 6 and 19. 6 and 19. So these value you have to input. So you once again go here and open, add sequence number is 3 and 16. Apply. Next is 6, 19. Sequence number 19. Okay, it will give you shear force and bending moment diagram. Close it. Now 3, 16. Okay. Okay. So this is what? This is bending moment diagram. Bending moment diagram. Okay. So could you able to understand? This is bending moment diagram. We are the diagram what we have drawn is 144 kilonewton meter at this end. The blue color, the maximum value, this value, this is 144 kilonewton meter. Okay, kilonewton means you have to close it. So the value what we are getting is very close, very close. Okay, 144 kilonewton meter is the value. Here what we are getting is 143.125. It is very close. If you increase the number of elements from 50 to 75, you can get very closer value. Whereas the time taken for solving the problem it will take little more time. Okay, it is approximate solution. ANSYS package will give you approximate solution. So the bending moment diagram we have done. Okay, for this one shear force, if you click it, we can get this one. Okay, the shear force from here to here is 20. This is 20. What we have done, 20 kilonewton. The variation shows here. At the end it is 44. The actual value here, here is maximum. This value is 44 actually, analytical calculation, whereas here we are getting 43.76 kilonewton. Okay, it is also very close to that, right? So the shear force and bending moment diagram is done in that way. So you have to refer I and J value for respective in this here we are using beam 188. You have to refer I and J value for shear force diagram 3 and 16, and bending moment diagram 6 and 19 you have to use, and you can generate. Understand? Next, deflection, you just go show them the deflection, deform the shape. Okay, this is the value. This value I'm little doubtful. Okay, so 24.14, I don't know what is the value of this. Huh? So because we are using everything is what do you say, meters, SI unit. It should not be like this. Somewhere we are making the mistake, or the material property we have given somewhere wrong. Somewhere wrong. What? So shear force and bending moment diagram is done in this way. Any questions? Any questions? You try this. You try this problem. The video I will share it to you. By referring this video, you try to solve. Okay. So first 2 or 3 problems you may find some difficulty. Mean course of after solving 2-3 problems, you will be familiar with this. It is very simple. Simple methods. I mean, you have to choose appropriate model, and you have to mesh it. You have to arrest the movement. I mean, boundary conditions you have to give, and you have to solve the problem and plot the results. This is what the standard procedure. Questions? Questions? Any questions? Ashwath? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this video I will share to you, and simultaneously you have to watch and solve. Okay, first 2 problems you may find little difficulty. After that it will be very convenient to you. Okay.
Okay.
So what shall we do now? I am taking your attendance. I'm just downloading your attendance. I don't know. So you just watch this. Try to install the software, all of you. Before Monday, you complete this exercise and upload it. Okay, I will upload this video, and I will give you a link also. Okay. So any other feedback on this session, or any question?